Hello and welcome to the Scratch Coding tutorial. My name is Miss Adira from the Trenton Free Public Library, and today we are going to walk through a lesson in Scratch coding from the book Scratch Code Challenge Space Tech. This book is available for checkout right now in our library on 120 Academy Street, and our current open hours are Mondays through Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you need more examples or help with programming in Scratch code, this is available to you for free. Okay, let's get started with the lesson. First, we are going to navigate to the Scratch Code website. In our address bar, we are going to type scratch.mit.edu, that is scratch.mit.edu, and then choose the Start Creating button to get started on a new project. And now this is the Scratch Coding workspace. Do you see the cat on the far right hand side of the screen? This cat is one part of the coding in Scratch called a sprite. Let's look at some of the other components on the screen and get a little familiar with using Scratch. The first tab on the top left of the screen is where the coding happens. There are different categories within the Code tab that tell the program what to do. You can scroll through the list and find your command or click on the category you would like. The second tab, Costumes, contains the sprites, like the cat. To see a list of sprites, click on the Add button on the bottom left corner of the screen. Here is where you can also paint your own backdrops. The last tab is the Sounds tab. This allows you to add music or sound effects to your program. These are all the basic functions of Scratch coding. Now let's get started with our first lesson. Our first step is going to be to delete the cat. Sorry kitty, but we're headed into space. Right-click on the cat sprite in the bottom right window and choose the Delete button. This will also work for if you need to delete a block of text as well. Our next step is to click on the Backdrops tab. Then choose the blue button on the bottom left that says Convert to Bitmap. Now you're ready to add some color. Select the Fill tool and change your color from purple to a light blue for the sky. Click on the smaller square on the inside to fill the drawing area with blue. Now we are going to create some grass, so pick a green color and switch over to the Rectangle tool. Drag your mouse over the bottom of the blue sky. Great, now we have a clear blue day. Next, we're going to add our vehicle to get to space. Switch back over to the Code tab and on the lower right hand side, click on Add a Sprite. We are going to be adding the rocket ship, so scroll to find and click on it. Now that we have the rocket added to our workspace, we have to get it into space. We are going to create a variable called thrust. This thrust is the force behind the rocket ship that will make sure that it can escape the Earth's atmosphere. Click on the orange variable tab and choose the top option to make a variable. We are going to name this variable, you guessed it, thrust. But why do we need thrust for our rocket ship to leave the Earth? What keeps us all from floating off into space? Gravity does. We need to create another variable called gravity for our rocket ship. Now we are ready to get our rocket ship off the ground. Find the yellow events category in the left-hand side. Our first piece of code is this: when green flag clicked. This tells the program to begin operations. Our second piece of code is back in the variables category with set thrust to 0. We can change the name of the variable by clicking on My Variable and changing it in the drop-down menu. We are going to do the same for the gravity variable next, except this time we are also going to change the amount from 0 to 9.8. This is the amount of gravity that keeps us on the surface of the Earth. Next, we are going to focus on the appearance of our rocket ship. Go to the Looks category and find the Set Size button. Change the number from 100 to 25. Then find the motion category and find the Go To button. Our first number, or our X, is going to be 0, while our second number, Y, is going to be negative 150. This sets our rocket ship in the center of the screen. No rocket ship would be complete without a countdown. Head back to the Looks category and find the first Say button. Choose 3 of these and change the first opening to the number 3, the next block to 2, and the first block to 1. Set each number to appear on the screen for 1 second. Now we are going to manipulate our variables so the ship launches. In the Control category, find the block labeled Forever and drag it into place. Inside of the Forever block, we are going to place an If-Then block in the same category. These blocks tell the program to begin an operation once the code meets certain conditions. We are going to put a green greater than block found in the operator category for our if statement. Change the variables so that thrust is now greater than gravity. The program will know what the numbers of gravity and thrust are because we told it earlier. Right underneath this, we're going to add our then statement. In the motion category, find the block that says change Y by. Delete the number inside of it and add the subtraction operator. Inside of this block, add the variables thrust first, then gravity. This completes the if-then statement. Altogether, this tells the program that if our thrust is bigger than gravity, then it is going to change the direction of our rocket ship upwards. Now we are going to tell the rocket what to do before takeoff. In the Looks category, drag the block Point in Direction inside of the Forever block. Set the number to 90. Set the number to 90. Then find the Turn Degrees block and place it underneath. Inside the blank space, add the operator Pick Random and set the numbers to -1 and 1 degrees. This tells the rocket to sit upright and shake before liftoff. Our last step is to go back to the Events category and select the block When Space Key Pressed. Drag this onto the workspace, but it doesn't need to connect to the other pieces of code. Next, find the Change block in the Variables section and attach it to the event. Set the variable to thrust and the amount to 1. We are ready to test our rocket ship. First, press the green flag on the top right of the screen. You will see that the rocket begins its countdown from 3. Begin pressing the spacebar and watch the thrust counter on the top grow. At first, the rocket ship will fall because the thrust is not bigger than the amount of gravity on the rocket ship. But as you continue to press, the thrust behind the rocket ship grows bigger, and now the rocket ship can escape the Earth's atmosphere. Keep pressing on the spacebar for more thrust, and the speed of the rocket ship will speed up.